Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Qwizical's Guides 2 with me Qwizical, and today we'll be looking at what do I study. And no, this isn't what I study, this is what you should study, or what you should be studying or what you should already know. So this is going to be a really quick guide to what I think you should be studying from beginner right the way up, and then we're going to see if you maybe want to change the way you study. So let's get on with it. So let's say you're an absolute beginner, right? What do you study? Well, first off, you need to start with the absolute basics. And I really mean the basics. So here is what you basically should be studying at the very beginning. This is what I had to learn when I was 8 and 9 years old. I still don't think it worked. I don't think I know all the threes anymore. But at one point, I did know them. You definitely have to know all of your twos, though. So all of these things over here. This is what you should know. All of these threes, I mean, there's a lot of threes, but, you know, if you don't know them, you're going to come a cropper at some point. So this is just an example, but what you should also know is all your common bonuses, so all your retains bonuses, you know, your stems, like retain +1, satine +1, senior +1, everything kind of like that is what you should be knowing. And if you don't know it, you're going to really struggle to find the bonuses unless you potentially watch my other video about bonus hunting, in which case you'll probably find bonuses a lot easier if you look for those things. So now that I've very quickly covered stuff that you should be knowing, how do you go about learning it? Well, a lot of people like to use programs like Ziziva or Zarf or maybe Zerafin or something they've developed themselves that helps them to study. But what if you're not really interested in studying like rote learning, like me, if you're in the education system and you're basically giving the equivalent of a middle finger to those kind of systems that never really worked for you. So you could do things like play games online or over the board. I know when I began playing, I practically only learnt words by playing other people, and I picked them up really, really quickly. But the biggest issue with that is I only learnt what got played. And I didn't know the words until they got played against me. So that basically meant that my vocabulary was really all over the place because nobody played all the words that I should have known all the time. So as a consequence, I'm now having to try and learn what I should be already in my vocabulary. It's really dodgy. But one of the things you can do, and I'm going to Big Cam for this, because I've got to show you, this is what I did when CSW 15 came out. This is a lot of sheets of paper right here. So many sheets of paper. This is every single new word from 3 to 8 letters long, and I have colour-coded them all according to, you can see my handwriting there, but you can't see me, according to all of their definitions at the top. And yeah, so apparently I basically know all the new words up to 8 letters in length, which is a lie. I don't remember them because I also haven't played for so long. But doing something like colour coding is one way that you can help identify words. And by identifying their definitions, it also makes knowing whether they take the verb forms or the adjective forms or S's even, you know, it helps you know whether those words kind of exist. And they're really useful because when you know what a word means, then you can maybe catch out your opponents if they try to stick an S on the end or try to pluralise it. You can be like, nope, I studied that. That happened once in a tournament. I remember, like, CSW 07 just came out, I think, and my opponent tried to stick an S on JAI. I was like, nope, it only takes an L, because I remember learning that. So learning which words do and don't take the S is really useful, and that's what something like this list, which is on the LSL website, can do, because it's got all these asterisks on, which are hopefully correct, on words which do and don't take an S. If there is a word on here which does take an S that isn't listed, I definitely suggest you prod my dad and tell him how much he sucks at asterisking things. But yeah, definitely have lists like this. Also, these lists are available on like Tilefish, the website where you buy all kinds of Scrabble stuff. And they also, at the end, they have all the vowel heavy words and all the words like all the shorter words with like the Q's in, Q's without U's, J's, I think. It's been a while since I've seen that. But learning all your power tile words, so all the words with J, Q, X and Z in, up till about 5 or 6 letters, is usually really good too, because when you have those letters, you really want to maximise them. And you can only really maximise the number of points you get for them if you actually know how to make words from them. So that's pretty much me done. Except we have the summary. So what should you study first? Well, you should study what everyone should know, and that's the 2s, the 3s, the really, really basic bonuses, so the top 1,000 bonuses, maybe, not that I ever went around to learning them. Well, I'm so terrible at this. Secondly, you should learn all your hooks to your 3s. And I know I haven't mentioned this yet, but learning your hooks to 3s is really important. Like I mentioned before with the JAI not taking an S, you can catch your opponents out like that, but you also have another way to get your bonuses onto the board, especially at the lower level. 3-letter words are some of the most common words that appear, and if you don't know your hooks to those 3-letter words, you're not going to be able to get your bonuses down. So if your bonus doesn't have an S in it, or the 3-letter word on the board you can't somehow squeeze an S hook onto the end, you may want to learn all the other hooks, or at least most of the other hooks to common 3-letter words that will help you to basically play more words and play more higher scoring plays on the board. And it's always really important. As I keep saying, it's always really important because I'm just filling space because I don't know what to fill it with. Point number 3, record your racks and check what your racks made after the game. I would recommend only doing this if you're comfortable with recording additional information in the middle of the game. But definitely try and check your racks after the game, because for me personally, the racks that I pick up are the racks that I will pick up again and again and again and again and again. And if I don't check them the first time, they'll come up again, and then I'll tell why didn't you check this up before you started this game? And then I'll be like, why did I not know this before? Like, because I had it before. So by recording your racks, you at least have some kind of memory of being able to check them. But also, if you know that you're drawing these kind of racks regularly, then you're gonna at some point have to know what it makes. And my sister was pretty similar. She had this rack that kept coming back, and eventually she looked it up. I don't know after how long she looked it up, but she looked it up eventually. And I think she never missed the bonuses again after that, because she just knew them. Point number 4, I haven't talked about yet either, and that's learning what interests you. So when I was studying, like right at the beginning, like when I was like 9 or 10, like I had Lexpert as if it didn't exist when I started playing, which shows you how long I've been around. It's been forever. But I used to just type in random common words, because that was all I knew when I was that young, and see if they took any hooks. So I learned that sheep took an O and a Y, and I learned that 3 took a P, which was really fun, because that's quite a common kind of word in a way, and you're like, it takes a P? It's quite interesting. Now that I've gotten older, I don't care for studying so much, but I learn all the words that have the word duck in them. So I know everything from bee duck to turducken to duck shoving. Not that that will have any usefulness in the game, but I remember them because they're what interests me. And what interests you is going to be way more memorable than any other word in the dictionary. And I can vouch for that because I still know all these words with duck in them. And I've literally played like one in a real game and one in a duplicate game. I think I played geoducks, which is not a duck, it's a mollusk, but it's fun to have those kind of words in, it's just fun. And that's what's important, you have fun. But most importantly, point number 5, you need to find a way to study that works. I still haven't found a way to study that works. I'm in my final year of uni, I should be revising for my exams right now. But you know what? It's 10 o'clock at night, and I can't study this late. And I literally colour in my notes, I handwrite them, I reread everything, I try to say them out loud, and you know what, I'm not even sure whether any of it works. But sometimes I cross my fingers and pray that my short-term memory is what will get me through this. Because final year university exams are going to be the death of me. For the next 2 weeks. And then after that I'll be like free. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I hope you learnt something. Hopefully I'll still be alive after the 24th of May, once my exams are over, to produce even more videos for you, because if I stop producing content, you'll know exams have finally been my demise. So hopefully I will see you next time, probably sometime after the 24th. For more of Qwizical's Guides 2, or some other series. Bye!